Good afternoon, everyone. It is November 14th, 2018. SoCal fire may have ejected incredibly dangerous radioactive particles into the atmosphere. This comes from Tyler Durden. So there's a 95,000 acre Woolsey fire which has coated Southern California with an apocalyptic orange glow, and it may have released a toxic stew of radioactive particles and toxic chemicals into the air after scorching the land on closed down government weapons testing facilities in Simi Hills known to be heavily contaminated from decades of experiments. Now, I'm not going to get into my usual spew about how fucking stupid they are for putting certain things in certain places. I think you already know that it's very stupid to put these facilities in places that can ultimately end up catching on fire. Very stupid. Very, very stupid. And, you know, like Fukushima being where it was, right there in a tsunami-prone area. Commencing operation in 1947 for Rockwell's Rocketdyne Division, a government contractor for the Atomic Energy Commission, the Santa Susana Field Lab has a checkered safety record, to put it lightly. In addition to several nuclear accidents, including the worst nuclear meltdown in U.S. history, toxic materials have accumulated on site from years of dumping, just miles from thousands of residents. So that's what they're talking about here. You have to wonder, how far from the ocean is it? Probably not far at all. And, you know, a big enough tsunami could probably reach that place. But I don't know. I don't know how far it is from this area to the ocean, but it doesn't look like it's very far. And certainly, these are heavily populated areas. Look at Los Angeles County right there. So, then there's the Thousand Oaks. People. It was the site of several nuclear accidents, including the worst nuclear meltdown in U.S. history, when in 1959 facility operators intentionally vented nuclear material from the site's sodium reactor experiment to prevent it from overheating and exploding. By the time the leaks were closed, the site had released 459 times more radiation than was leaked during the better-known 1979 meltdown at 3 Mile Island. The lab property, now owned by airplane manufacturer Boeing, stretches for 2,800 acres in the Simi Hills and remains contaminated with toxic materials. Thousands of people living within 2 miles of the site, and roughly 500,000 live within 10 miles, according to an investigation by NBC4 Los Angeles. Now, lots of people have come out to complain about everyone they know getting cancer living around this area. You would think that if everyone you know is getting cancer, you all would get the fuck out of there, right? California officials with the State Department of Toxic Substance Control said that as of Friday, November 9th, an area of the SSFL site, which was scorched by the Woolsey fire, posed no danger, stating Our scientists and toxicologists have reviewed information about the fire's location and do not believe the fire has caused any releases of hazardous materials that would pose a risk to people exposed to the smoke. A group of concerned physicians begs to differ. According to Robert Dodge, a physician and president of Physicians for Social Responsibility, Los Angeles, highly toxic materials embedded in SSFL's soil and vegetation may have spewed into the air by the Wolseley fire. In quotes, we know what substances are on the site and how hazardous they are. We're talking about incredibly dangerous radionuclides and toxic chemicals such as, oh man, I'm just going to leave it at toxic chemicals, okay? These toxic materials are in SSFL soil and vegetation, and when it burns, it becomes airborne in smoke and ash. There is real possibility of heightened exposure for area residents. Now, who do you believe? Yeah, buddy, I think I would lean on the side of the doctors in this particular case here. Weighing in with satellite imagery tells a similar two-sided story. These images show that the fires did spread to the compound, but they didn't take down structures. With near-infrared imagery, dense vegetation appears red, while burn scars from the Wolseley fire contrast as dark brown. So the vegetation did get scorched, but the buildings did not. They just got through saying in the previous part that there's all kinds of fucking toxic materials embedded in the soil and vegetation. So, yeah. But you know what I find to be kind of, maybe not ironic, but maybe a telltale sign are these two maps. Now, this is a simulated reserve and corridor system to protect biodiversity. As mandated by the Convention on Biological Diversity, the Wildlands Project, UN and U.S. Man and Biosphere Program, and various UN-US heritage programs, and NAFTA. This is the part of the country they want everyone out of. All these red dots, they represent, let me get a good, okay, core reserves and corridors. The yellow is buffer zones, highly regulated. Blue is normal use, and orange is border. I can't see it. Let me see here. Border 21 Lopez sidebar agreement. Okay. Oh, yeah, this right here. I can't see the shit good enough, but you get the message. The thing we're focused on are all the red splotches. And then you go over here to this map, and it's who owns the West federal land as a percentage of total state and our land area. Yep. And as you can see, Even Alaska is pretty much the whole thing is owned by the federal government. But right here in California, they own 45.3%. The entire west end of the country, from north to south, pretty much, right? But here, look here in my state, only a very, very small amount is owned by the federal government, and a lot of other states. So maybe they would be good places to run and hide in. I'm not sure. Probably not. I don't think there's anywhere we can go. So I find it to be kind of strange that the places that keep on burning, and they're all have to do with these maps. I mean, it looks like to me they're going to try to pack everyone into the East Coast here. I mean, yeah, there's some blue areas between, but not very much. Not very much at all. So yeah, everyone will get packed into this area where they will build mega cities for us all to live and die in, I guess. And somebody told me in the comments section to be grateful. There's some things I'm grateful for, and there's just things that you shouldn't be grateful for. Anyway, where did I leave off here? Yeah. So, Dodge's group has also criticized the California Department of Toxic Substances Control, pointing out that the state-run agency is currently under a state-mandated independent review to investigate its handling of toxic cleanups. According to a draft environmental statement from the Energy Department, Santa Susana, I think, Field Laboratory and its adjoining northern buffer zone has never been fully cleaned up. In a 1998 article of Los Angeles Magazine details horrific cancers and other conditions which have afflicted those living near and working at the site. Look, people, I know good jobs are hard to find, but are they really worth that? Really? And I'm going to end it with this last these last two paragraphs here. In quotes, children growing up near the sites swam and fished in streams and played in the dry wash. And one day, Carter, or is it a G or a C? Either one, rode his red J.C. Higgins bike he got for Christmas through effluent flowing from the lab. He is now 44, lives in Simi Valley, an iron worker. He's done contract jobs at the lab over the years. In October 1996, he was diagnosed with lymphoma. His wife Leslie had her uterus removed because of cervical cancers. His father, like Garner, I guess, an iron worker employed occasionally at the lab, has skin cancer and heart problems and is near death. His sister Vicky, 47, has heart and thyroid problems. On one side of a single block of Ramora Avenue in Woodland Hills, 5 miles from the plant, cancer has been diagnosed in 9 out of 10 houses. You would think if they gave a shit about the public, they wouldn't be having that real estate anywhere near these places for sale. You would think they would buy up all that property and keep it abandoned. But no. They don't give a fuck about you. They want you dead. They want you suffering. And that's the bottom line. Do you really want a government, or anyone else for that matter, that has that mentality of running your life? You're better off running your own life. You're better off living in dangerous freedom than peaceful, toxic slavery. Hope you all have a good day. Kill the state before the state kills you.